What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking out another video. You know, we keep hearing that the 2020 election was one of the most free and fair elections ever, and it was the most secure, and nothing could have possibly went wrong. In fact, I just made a video about how 11 Republicans are being indicted for election interference. Well, today we're going to be taking a look at how maybe the DOJ and other departments should be looking at other entities for election interference. Let's grab some coffee, get ready, and I'll show you what we're talking about. So today we're taking a look at MRC Newsbusters, who did a deep dive and created a report about how Google has been getting away with election interference for the last 16 years and probably isn't stopping anytime soon. So MRC Free Speech America researchers have compiled a document, which I'll leave a link to in the description down below, of 41 times that Google has been caught interfering in the US election in some form or another. Looks like the interference began in 2008, ramped up in 2016 when Trump was running for president, and continues into 2024. So the founders of MRC and President Brent Bozell highlighted how dangerous Google's election interference is. But I think we all already know that. Continuing on, Google's massive and deliberate efforts to interfere in U.S. elections for the past 16 years is unacceptable and the biggest threat to American democracy today. Over the years, Google has repeatedly used its power to help push the most liberal candidates to electoral victory while targeting their opponents. And if we look, here are just a few examples of the MRC's findings. So in 2008, Google endorsed radical young Senator Barack Obama and censored support for Senator Clinton. Journalist Simon Owens reported that at the time, the tech giant suspended the accounts of writers who wrote pro-Clinton blogs critical of Obama. Google allowed users to smear GOP candidate Rick Santorum. Google refused to correct a Google bomb that smeared Santorum. Don't know what that means. Google bombing used to be a way for users to manipulate Google's algorithm and associate websites and names with undesirable search terms. Okay, so, working the algorithm like they do today. 2016, Google employed its algorithm and its partners in futile attempts to push Clinton over the finish line. Research uncovered clear evidence of election interference in 2018 with a pro-liberal bias. 2020, Google picked its favored and disfavored candidates and continued bias censorship. 2022, Google placed its thumb on the scale by censoring candidates in key races. And the list goes on and on. At the end of the report, it looks like they're given a suggestion for Senator Mike Johnson to create some committees and committee chairmen to investigate Google. And I'm pretty sure that this has already happened. I mean, the social media companies have testified before Congress before. And like they said before, if they've been doing it for this long, they're not going to stop. And then here is the report, but like I said, I will leave a link to that down in the description. But what also came out of this investigation was the fact that Facebook has also been found to be meddling in the US elections starting in 2012. Again, here's their report. I'll go ahead and link that down in the description. But let's see. So, getting into this, basically 98% of firepower is directed at conservatives, explains Dan Schneider of the MRC, one of the report's authors. Facebook has taken down liberals, but those are usually people who are in opposition to Joe Biden, like RFK Jr., or people who oppose Facebook itself. And RFK Jr. actually alluded to something like this. And, there was the whole incident with the Twitter files where they were directly in contact with these social media companies, suggesting content that needed to be censored or taken down. But the first account of meddling detailed in the report goes back to the back to the weeks before the 2012 presidential election, when Facebook suspended the account of a veteran-run PAC after the group made posts criticizing the Obama administration for the deaths of 4 Americans in Benghazi. Other examples run through 2016, 2018, and 2020, all the way to present day elections. President or CEO Mark Zuckerberg adamantly maintained the company's commitment to free speech. The ability to speak freely has been essential to the fight for democracy worldwide, except for the fact that Twitter, now X, is the only social media company that seems to actually care about free speech. As far as I'm aware, Google and Facebook are still censoring people to this day. In the last 2 years, we've seen Facebook censor far less than they had in 2020. My hope is that Facebook has really turned over a new leaf. Don't hold your breath. We need improvements out of Facebook. We need to see an actual platform that promotes free speech and allows real, vibrant discussions and debates. That's what American democracy is based on. As of Wednesday last week, Meta said they have no comment on the recent report. So there you have it. Actual proof and reporting that Google and Facebook are meddling in the elections. Color me shocked. So I don't know who actually uses Facebook to get their news and information on current events, but I haven't been seeing as much censorship from them lately as I used to. Before, it was adamantly all leftist media, but now I've seen a couple Pro 2A pages pop up on my feed. I think I've seen one article that wasn't entirely negative about Donald